I will be here for the rest of the season, hopefully long into October. And you know, we have some unfinished business here. I love this franchise, love this organization, love this team. And there's no way that anything would work out if I wasn't able to finish and complete and go to battle with these guys every day.
Stephanie, why was this the perfect gig that you talked about?
Well, I think, you know, when you think about the academic and athletic excellence that really encompasses Vanderbilt, you know, you have an opportunity to prepare future leaders. You have an opportunity to get the best of both worlds. When you think about student athletes and the student athlete experience, you know, I fell in love with Vanderbilt when I was going through my recruiting process many years ago, and it's always been a school in the back of my mind that I thought would be a tremendous fit for the type of players that I like to coach, and a tremendous fit for the type of environment that I want to be around. And it just, you know, it happened to be now. The timing isn't ideal for either one of us, but at the same time, it's the right move.
How will having the Olympic break, though, help you in the transition and having some time to spend significant time on Vanderbilt?
I think having an Olympic break helps in a lot of areas. I think you know, it helps our team here, number one, because we've got a lot of injuries, and we get to have some time to sort of get healthy and into a final push, just like 2012. I think it helps me personally and gives me a little bit of time to get down on campus for a little while and get a feel for the lay of the land, you know, get some housekeeping items done that I'll need to get taken care of, you know, get to really interact with the players down there as well, and an opportunity to possibly, you know, see some recruits as well. So, you know, I think having that time is really going to be a good thing, and it's sort of an ideal situation.
How do you keep this from becoming a distraction for the season?
You know, I think, you know, that's just, it's not going to be a distraction for me, because I'm focused on our team and I'm focused on what we want to accomplish. And you know, I'm a person that's always worn a lot of hats and juggled a lot of gigs, so to speak. And you know, I'm a person that's in the moment, and in the moment I want to win a championship for the Indiana Fever, and in the moment I want Tamika Catchings last year to be special. I love this franchise. You know, there's not a lot of jobs that I would want to leave this franchise for, and so to me it's easy. I'm focused, I'm all in, I'm here. When I leave the gym and the other things that I have to take care of, then I'll take care of that. When I'm home with my family, I'm going to be with my family and I'm going to enjoy them. So I think it's just compartmentalizing. I think it's really time management, and it's, you know, for our team, for our players, we've had conversations. It's just like any other thing that gets going. You know, Tamika's legacy tour, whatever it might be. You know, we're focused on the task at hand, and we will always be focused on the task at hand.
Stephanie, how much, if at all, did finances play a role in your decision? And will you have to discontinue your TV work for a time? Yeah, you know,
of course. I mean, it's a no-brainer when you look at a lot of college jobs, the differences in the finances, and certainly an opportunity to put my family in a situation is certainly something that you think about, no question. You know, I think terms, length of contracts, and stability is another thing that's important. You know, I have 3 young kids, and to be able to know that we're going to have some stability for a while is important. You know, and for me, I miss the college environment. You know, I miss being able to make a difference in people's lives. I miss being on a campus, and you know, with having 3 young children, and being that I'm on you know, the sort of still the upward swing of my career, I hope. You know, and having 3 young children, what a great environment for them to be in. You know, for them, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it when it does finally happen. And what was the second part of the question? Oh, the TV thing. Oh yeah. No, that I'll have to be giving that up, and you know, maybe that's something I can pick up in my retirement again.
Was this an easy decision then, or was it something you wrestled with?
No, I mean, it's never an easy decision when you're thinking about leaving a place that you call home. You know, when you're thinking about leaving your comfort zone, when you're thinking about leaving a franchise and a team that you absolutely adore. You know, this is the Indiana Fever is in my blood. You know, it's in my DNA. It always has been. The state of Indiana always has been in my DNA. So from that standpoint, it's a very difficult decision. You know, from a career standpoint, you know, obviously you have to, everybody has to, when they make a move, balance out the positives and negatives and the pluses and the minuses. And, you know, I just felt like with this opportunity for this particular school, I mean, Vanderbilt's a dream job. And it was, you know, it's, I kind of wrestled with it in my mind, and I thought about, like, look, this is the equivalent of like Brad Stevens turning down the Celtics. Like, it just doesn't happen. And so it was a long thought through process. I've known for a long time that I wanted to eventually get back into college. and this happened to be the right opportunity.
How do you focus the team when they know you're their coach, but you're only their coach for this season?
Look, these guys are pros, and they're used to coaching changes. They're used to player changes. I mean, some of their contracts and where they are, they don't ever know if they're going to be back. You know, crazier things have happened. We've seen coaches who were coach of the year in the previous year get fired by, you know, all-star break. So it's the pros. It's what happens. I don't think we're going to have any problems with that. You know, one of the things that we pride ourselves on here is that you know, we have great relationships with our players, and we're a family, and they know first and foremost that I love them. They know first and foremost that I care about them, and they're the same way with me. You know, at the end of the day, this is the job that we do, but the relationships that we have, and the trust that we've established, and the family atmosphere that we've created here is going to live on no matter what.
Had you kept these ladies in the loop as it was going on, and then part two would be how did they receive the final decision?
Yeah, I mean, when I first started the interview process, you know, I didn't tell anybody. It was kept very close. I think, you know, once it started to get a little bit more in depth in terms of possibilities, we talked to the team and just let them know. I'm a fairly transparent person. I'm not really somebody who likes to hide things. I like to, you know, for people to know. So I talked with them through the process. I talked with them through the process of when we thought it might look like it might happen, and then when it finally did happen. And so, you know, it's difficult in the age of social media when things get out there that haven't necessarily happened yet. But at the same time, I wanted to be as transparent as possible and communicate clearly with our players and give them the freedom to communicate as well. And they were great. They were everything that I expected. They were supportive, disappointed but supportive, just like I would be for them to move on to new opportunities.
You've been so closely tied to Indiana, not just in your career but your life.
Yeah.
How hard is it to leave Indiana?
It's going to be difficult. I mean, obviously, it's a special state. Obviously, it's a place where I've had roots for a long time. You know, I've been away before for a number of years, so I think, you know, having that, I don't know how long I was gone, 7 or 8 years before I came back. You know, it's just a different scenario, and it's not that far. So any Fever fans that want to come down there, any Purdue fans that want to come down there, any Indiana fans that want to come down there, you know, one of the things that I've really enjoyed through my TV experience is that I've met a lot of really great people in a lot of really great leagues, and so so the relationships that I've established with the fans of women's basketball in general has been really cool. And you know, to be able to get back into that and at the college level, I'm excited about that. I'm excited about new environments and new opportunities and the future.
As you say, you know, Tamika's last season, now your last season, it feels like an end of an era even more now. Does that place any more pressure or urgency on everything?
I hope not. It shouldn't. You know, I think you know, the teams that should be feeling the pressure are the teams that everybody's talking about to win the title. You know, I think we are going to approach this year the same way we approached last year. Like, look, we've got a lot of new pieces. We want to try to get better every day. We want to try to make sure that we're putting ourselves in the best possible position to have an opportunity to be successful night in and night out, but that we are playing our best basketball when we come back from Olympic break and we're heading into postseason, and that's got to be our focus. You know, we can't get too caught up in what could happen at the end of the year. We can't get too caught up in what can happen next week. I think we have business to take care of now, and today we got better in practice, and that's the way that we'll approach it every single day.
How long is the Vandy deal?
6 years.
You obviously were already in place to be Lynn's successor. Would you have any say, or would you like to be involved at all in your successor here?
I don't think so. I mean, you know, I don't think I would have any say, and I'm sure that you know, Kelly's sharp. I mean, she's been her and Tamika have been the constants. They've really been the backbone of this organization, and I'm sure that she has other people in mind. I mean, you know, God forbid there was a day where she had to tell me that I was going to be gone. I'm sure that she had a short list in her mind too. But at the same time, you know, I think everybody that's been a part of this franchise, Tamika, myself included, even Lynn, really, because she was here for so long, obviously have a vested interest in who comes in, because we care about the franchise and we care about the players, and we want them to have an opportunity to continue to build off of what we've done, but more than anything, maintain the culture that we have. But that culture is created by Kelly, that culture is created by Tamika, and that culture is always going to live on.
With you, I don't know if you can talk about Carolyn Peck, but looks like she would maybe help bridge that gap in terms of Vanderbilt recruiting during the offseason.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's really a no-brainer. You know, Carolyn's a Vanderbilt alum. I know her. I've worked with her. I trust her, and for her to be able to help, you know, she's familiar with the Vanderbilt community. You know, obviously she and I have both been out of the college game for a while, so it's important for us to surround ourselves with a really good staff. But I have the utmost confidence and know that I have somebody down there that can really hit the ground running and get us going.
With your relationships and ties to the state, do you anticipate coming back for recruiting visits and see what you can do?
Yes, of course.
Bringing your high school talent.
No question. No question.